In this lesson, I'd like to teach you about a technique called the chromatic crawl. The chromatic crawl is basically a way in which you can play the harmonised major scale, but begin to add chromatic notes in between, chromatic passing chords. So instead of having this sound, we now have this sound. Now there's quite a lot of chords there, but you can always take smaller fragments of the chromatic crawl and use it as maybe an intro or a way to create movement over just a C major, so you get something like this. You can also use other fragments like this. If you'd like to learn about this, then please consider checking out the Patreon link below, which has the PDF to everything that I'm going to be talking about. If you're new around here, then my name is Jamie Holroyd and I have a free beginner jazz guitar guide which is designed to help you get started learning jazz guitar if you're fairly new to it. So I'm going to take as read that you know about the harmonised major scale. If you don't, then you really need to know that in all 12 keys before looking at the chromatic crawl. Just to go over the harmonised major scale very briefly, in the key of C, we have a 1 minor 7th chord, a 2 minor 7th chord, 3 minor 7th chord, 4 major 7th chord, 5 dominant chord, 6 minor 7th chord, 7 minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished, and then we're back full circle here at C again. So if you don't know that, make sure you can do that in all 12 keys, up and down the guitar neck, before continuing with this lesson. Now, it goes without saying that you can actually use fragments of the harmonised major scale just by itself. So say for example, if you're comping something and you've got C major for 2 bars, say if you're playing something like All the Things You Are, you know, at that point where there was C major for 2 bars, I did C major, D minor, and then E minor. So you can always just use the harmonised major scale, but from adding some of these secondary dominant chords, you can really gain much more movement. So let's get into exactly what the chromatic crawl is. So we start with a C major 7th chord first, a drop 2 C major 7th chord, then we've got this sound, which is a C sharp diminished 7 chord. You could also think of this as being A7 flat 9 with C sharp in the bass, which gives us a perfect 5-1 cadence to D minor, okay? And then we're going to use basically that same shape here, so we're going to now play D sharp diminished 7. This can also be thought of as a B7 flat 9, and you can use that to get to E minor right there. Or you can think of that as basically being a C chord with E in the bass. So C major, then C sharp diminished 7, D minor 7, D sharp diminished 7, and then E minor 7 or C with E in the bass. You can even just play the same grip there if you like. A drop 2 E minor 7, it's basically the same sound, isn't it? If we continue up, we've got F major 7, which is the same. So basically what we're doing here is normal chord from the harmonised major scale, passing chord, normal chord, passing chord, normal chord. So at this point, because we're going chromatically, we've got kind of this rhythm changes walk up. Kind of as like a stride piano type of sound. You hear that in old jazz standards actually quite a lot of the time. But all this is compatible as long as you use it creatively over just a general C major chord for the most part. So you can always put some of these chord subs in. So anyway, if we keep on going from E minor, we're now at F major. So we don't have a passing chord between these two notes because we've already got chromatic movement there, right? So C major, C sharp diminished 7, D minor, D sharp diminished 7, E minor, F major 7, and then we've got this chord here over the F sharp. We're playing a D7 with F sharp in the bass, or it's really a D9 with F sharp in the bass, a G dominant 7, which is the naturally occurring dominant within the harmonised major scale, a G sharp diminished 7, which is another passing chord, A minor 7, drop 2 chord, you can play any kind of A minor 7 there, B flat major 7 to harmonise this degree, and then a B7 sharp 9 to harmonise the next note, and then we're back fully at C. So I'll play through it very slowly just so you can kind of follow along. C major 7, C sharp diminished 7, D minor 7, D sharp diminished 7. Here you can either play E minor 7 or you can play that C chord with E in the bass. Then we've got F major 7, D9 with F sharp in the bass, G7, G sharp diminished 7, A minor 7, B flat major 7, then we've got B7 with a sharp 9, and then we're back fully at C. Okay, so that's the chromatic crawl. Practice adding all 12 keys up and down the neck, and you can use that in all kinds of ways. You don't always have to use those voicings either. You might even just want to use some parts of that in different voicings. So maybe if we look at that kind of 1 diminished, 2 and 2 diminished, sharp 2 diminished thing, you know, you could play that further up the guitar neck. And that would be one way of using that. So you can take any fragment of this and use it. Trial and error is key. Sometimes you can use it if you've just got a static part of a song, like at the intro, not the intro, sorry, the part in All the Things You Are, where you've got 2 bars of C major. You know, one time I did, I think in the intro, I did that, but you could also add the past and diminished chords. In that part as well, you know, just to add some more movement. So that is the chromatic crawl. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you found this lesson useful. As I said, the PDF is available on my Patreon, and that's, you know, a very good way to study it because you've got the chords all written there. But equally, as soon as you've kind of learnt this pattern and this chromatic crawl, you want to really try and memorize it and integrate it in any repertoire so that it becomes part of what you play. I hope that you found this lesson useful. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.